everybody doing? Last but not least, right? They saved the best for last, maybe? I don't know.
Yes.
Kudos to the guy from Philly, because that's where I live and reside. And I work out of our New Jersey office. So you're going to see me probably walking a little bit, doing some hand gestures while I present. But I'm going to be quick. We really have Terry O'Reilly, who's really the resident expert on our network solutions. It was interesting when I got here late last night, came down here this morning, and was heard from my team that was at the table that nobody knows who Zelis is. I said, okay, we like to fly under the radar, right? And there's probably a reason for that, is because we used to be Premier Healthcare Exchange, Global Care, Stratos, or the old Coalition America, and Pay Plus Solutions. Sorry about that. Let me go through this. Let me pull it up first. In January of 2016, we merged 4 organizations together, the 4 organizations I just talked about, to become the largest and premier cost containment organization in the US. And we're here to talk to you about some of the things we do behind the scenes. The reasons why you don't see us is because we're embedded in the adjudication system in the process, and we're transparent. So we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes to drive cost savings, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about those. We're going to talk about our travel network access. We have case studies, and we have a little performance overview as well. But we do more than just network access and network management for primary and travel. So if you look at us, we feel today that we have the claims lifecycle solution. We do a lot of other services within the adjudication system, pre-adjudicated, post-adjudicated, network solutions, claims integrity, and we also pay providers as well. We saved in 2016 over $2 billion in medical cost, claims cost, for our TPA, health plan, and Taft-Hartley partners. And we made over $5 billion in electronic payments to providers. There's a lot of other great stuff on this slide about what we do and how we do it and how we've grown up. But really the key is driving claims savings back to the employer groups. That's what we focus on every single day, every claim, every day. These are some of our network partners that we work with, and Terry's going to dive a little bit more into it. You'll see a lot of the names that you probably are familiar with, Cigna, MagnaCare, Stratos, actually we own, First Health, and so on. We deliver local and national breadth, so we can, if you have employees in different states, we can help control the costs there by finding the best network with the best discount. I like the last line on this slide, better service plus better performance equals the Z factor, because we're Zelis. Makes sense to me. These are all of the things that are challenges within the cost management vendor landscape. And I don't like the word vendor. I like the word partner, because we are a true partner. We try to bring new and innovative ways to save on the claims cost to our TPA partners, which ultimately will funnel down to your organizations. So if you look at all the stuff on all these bubbles or circles, we have the ability to touch the claim in all of these different areas. Like I said, it's really the life cycle of the claims process. From inception of the claim to resolution of the claim when we make payment. And during that process, we kind of scrub and clean that claim for clinical, financial, medical necessity, and really scrub it, clean it, and drive the most savings before we pay the claim. This is everything we do across the continuum. This is the continuum as we see it. We're going to talk today a little bit about network solutions and the primary and travel network access, but we're touching claims through our claims integrity solution, editing, bill review, out-of-network solutions, reference-based pricing, and we also pay claims as well. So we offer really a continuum of care or claim solutions that can touch in and out of network claims. So now I'm going to turn it over to Terry O'Reilly to continue and talk about network solutions.
All right. Thank you, Brian, and hello, everybody. So as stated, I'm Terry O'Reilly. I'm Director of PPO Management, and I'm based out of our Scottsdale, Arizona office, and subject matter expert on the National Access Program. I also have a whole bunch of sample cards for you over at our booth, so hopefully during table time, you guys can stop by and pick up an example. I'd love to answer any questions or describe any specifics that you'd like to know about. Now, the National Access Program is wonderful because we use local and regional networks that have the largest expertise in their marketplace. So rather than applying one national network logo to the back of a primary ID card, we're giving you 17 different networks quilted across the nation to give you the deepest discounts, the best access, and the best overall coverage for your members. Now, our program is typically between 6 to 10% deeper discounts than having just one national network on the back of the ID card. And our networks produce, we do the primary, specialty, and wrap. Now, what's great about this ID card also is that it's customizable on numerous levels. So as you can see across the nation, we have numerous options that if you would like a different network than is assigned on the back of the card today, which is a standard template, we can certainly provide you options, especially with the purple states that show that we have 4+ regional networks in the area. Now, right there in the lower corner is a copy of the ID card that I'd like to give you, and it's got an active URL and an active customer service phone number. So we have a dedicated phone number for the National Access Program where they help with provider lookup and explain any questions that people have, check claim status, and can help folks, especially when they're on the road and don't have time to look for a provider in the certain circumstances of emergency. Now, it is a major value add. If you've seen the Cypress National Access card, you'll know that it's branded for Cypress. It's got a custom URL that directs members to that and constantly reiterates the fact that Cypress Benefit Administrators is working for you, your members, your employees, dependents, and everybody. So it's a wonderful key mix of local and primary networks. It's a single source of steerage. So rather than having to go to firsthealth.com and hfn.com and ppoplus.com. It's all on one website. We've made all the provider data uniform with phone numbers. You can create directories out of it. And best of all, if you travel and you've had your wallet stolen or you've forgotten your ID card, a copy of it will be on that website. And so before you go in for services, you can show them a copy of the ID card right then and there. And to bring back that horrible image that Tim showed us today, which thankfully I don't have a copy of, but let's say Tim with his mangled toe had Idaho Physicians Network as his primary. Well, when he traveled down here and got into the fight with the escalator, he could have presented the National Access card or gone online to show the woman at the front desk the image of the ID card showing that he has access to Nevada Preferred while he hurt himself in Las Vegas. Now, that claim would then be processed at the in-network benefit level. Even though it was out of area, it's still in-network because of the logo steerage. And it's also a percentage of savings, so it's pay as you go. There's no additional PEPM. You're not paying for all members. You're only paying when it's utilized and when it's needed. Now, this image here can show you all the different areas in which we can customize it. So if you have a very large group that wants more brand awareness and constant reiteration of who they are, we can put logos on the cards, we can change the URLs, we can customize the pins. And as stated before, we can remove states from the back of the card if there's certain states where you just don't want people to have coverage at all. So when we work with health plans, often the health plan is within a certain state, a certain marketplace, and we'll take the state where they operate off the card. So that way members know that it's only when they're outside of Wisconsin, for instance. And then here are a couple of examples of case studies and just some members that had a smaller regional PPO network that was only good for their marketplace when they were at home. And then when they traveled, thankfully they had the National Access card and they were able to not only get admitted and get the services rendered, but they also got phenomenal discounts and in-network benefits. So the first case is the member's home state was Colorado, and the primary network was Cofinity. As many of you know, Cofinity is very strong in Colorado and Michigan, but they don't necessarily have access throughout the rest of the United States. So this member had traveled to Alaska, unfortunately hurt himself, and was in the hospital for 3 days producing a claim over $100,000. Now, thankfully for the National Access Program, there was First Choice Health Network there. member went to a hospital that was in network, and we received a 52% discount. Now, mind you, that 52% discount is just the straight PPO discount. That's before any adjudication, any bill review, any auditing, any claims integrity that would have reviewed to make sure the claim was billed correctly. So you're starting with a 52% discount, and it's only going to get deeper from there through your adjudication services. Second case was member's home state was Wyoming. They had first choice in the Midwest. Phenomenal network for Wyoming. But when they went down to Denver, they needed access to Cofinity. Again, Cofinity being very strong in Colorado and Michigan, it was a perfect fit for this member. And discount was 43%, resulting in over $183,000 in savings. And then here are a couple more examples. This case number 3 is interesting because we have a hospital that is in the Florida area. Now, even though not all of their membership lives in Florida, they only wanted to provide PEPM and PPO benefits for the people living in Florida. If you were a remote employee or a retiree still tied to the plan, you got the National Access Program. So we were able to help facilitate an organ transplant, generated not very standard claim, $640,000, as you know. Discount was 74%, again, with Cofinity. And the plan design was that when you're outside of Florida, you have the national access, pay as you go. Still ends up being cheaper than them paying PEPM on every single member outside of their home base in Florida. And again, this is a wonderful program for health plans that rather than a health plan having to pay a PEPM on every single member in the plan, it's when you travel, pay as you go. So it really is a wonderful benefit for members and the plan itself. And then case 4, same client, Florida. The primary network was HealthSmart, and they went to New Orleans, and again, they had access to PHCS Healthy Directions. Now, we constantly analyze the National Access Program to ensure that we have the best networks in the best markets. And again, all customizable. If for any reason you do not want PHCS HD in Louisiana, you don't have to have it. We're easy to figure that out and give you different options and customize it. And then finally, here's some performance, and I really just want to highlight the national access average discounts. You can see that it's above the 32%, close to 30, and then 32% again. So over the past few years, and the national access is the purple ones, deepest discounts in the local regions that you can get. And we're very proud of this program and this product. And we understand that it's a second ID card for your members. We can certainly work on different options, such as e-cards, explain the program. I think the website is wonderful for steerage, and the fact that you have over 17 networks on that website all combined to help members search while they're traveling. We have plenty of members that call us and they want us to send them PDF versions while they take a road trip. And so they do California, and Nevada, and Arizona, and they have directories for urgent cares along the way because they're, you know, nervous Nellies, frankly, so just waiting for an accident to happen. And that would be it. So again, if you have any questions, we're about to do table time and shortly after that, cocktail hour. So if you'd like a copy of a national access card, please feel free to stop by.